Hi, Ray Hayden here, and this video is a follow-up on the ASUS GX, it's a Republic of Gamers, GX501VI-XS74. So this laptop I just picked up a little while ago, and I did an unboxing video. First I did an introduction because I had ordered the thing. Then I did an unboxing video, and I did an introduction video about the video camera that's built into that. Let me make a note about that first. At full screen on a 50-inch screen, the video looks horrible at 720p. If, however, you were to get that thing out of the box and make it smaller, you know, if you could make it like 25% of a 50-inch screen, it looked great. It actually looked very, very good. It's when the 720p gets blown up to a, you know, try to fill in a 1080p, it just gets all, you know, out of focus and everything else. But a smaller version of the 720p looks very good. So with that, let's go into some of my impressions about the rest of the unit since I used it at a client's office yesterday. Now, take a note of in the background over here, I have my video cart. Now, the video cart gets used quite a bit, and you'll see things will show up on there, things will vanish from there because that cart gets used quite a bit. I had the laptop sitting on top of the cart, and then I had a projector on that shelf underneath. There's actually my my other ASUS, my ZenBook is in there now in a briefcase. But other than that, I have a projector in there if I have to go into court and do a presentation or whatever, anywhere I might want to go. And I have a pull-up screen that I bring with me that just works great. Now, the projector worked great at my client's office. It will work well in the courtroom. Sometimes there's a concern of if you're using a projector as opposed to a video monitor. The video monitor is smaller, but it's lit. It's backlit, like a monitor of a computer. It's got its own lighting to it. Everything's going to be crisp, clear, sharp, and you don't have to worry about anything like that. But on a projection screen, it's like a movie theater. You want to turn the lights down. For the thing to look as good as it can, you need to turn the lights down a little bit because they're just, you know, they're not backlit. You know, you're shining a light at something else from some sort of distance. You're going to lose a little bit of focus and ability to have the best possible picture you can have without turning the lights off. The problem is, I'm in a courtroom. You really don't want to turn the lights out on jurors for any, you know, length of time, or anybody else in the courtroom, because then you'll start hearing snoring maybe. But anyways, let's go back into this. The 720p camera did look pretty good in a smaller image. When you blow this thing up to a HD TV at a 50-inch TV, it looked bad, it looked out of focus and everything else. Now, let's go to the keyboard functionality. The keyboard, as we mentioned, is towards the front of the computer and not towards the back with the touchpad in the center like my other computers, pretty much every other computer I have. The touchpad's over here on the right, and if you activate a button here, it lights up as a number pad. So the touchpad is a touchpad and a number pad, which can be kind of a hassle. I could see it being a hassle sometimes. Like if you're going to log in with your PIN number or something like that, and then you want to go immediately to a touchpad, you got to remember to push the button again, or some strange things might happen. But you can get used to that pretty quick. I see myself getting used to that very rapidly. The other thing is I normally have my trackball off the side of my computer right about in this location anyway. So it's almost natural for me to use this touchpad in this location. So, you know, just a fantastic job on ASUS engineering for doing it that way, especially for righties. You know, sorry about lefties, you're gonna have to get used to that on the right side, if at all. Or you can use an external keyboard. You know, I actually hooked up my external keyboard to this last night to play around with a couple other things, and you know, it was great, it was fine. And again, about that, an external keyboard. My desktop computer that I built last year, I used the external keyboard with it. So this keyboard here, by not having like the wrist assist thing or that wrist rest thing, it's fine. That's not a problem at all. I noticed that when I was in my client's office that I had no problem typing on the thing. I basically rest my thumbs on the front edge here, which is kind of a lip. It kind of like lifts up a little bit right there. And I pretty much put my thumbs right there, and they just hang out there, and I type. Some people hover type, like their hands don't actually touch, they're like kind of playing a piano or something, and they type that way. And it's fine, they have no issue with it either. But the little finger finders here are on the F and J key, so you can get your home keys going, and you're just typing like a champion in no time. For me, being a righty, the touchpad being right here is fantastic. All right, I think it's just great. The buttons for the mouse are down here. They're not on the thing. You can tap on it. You can tap function. You can two-finger swipe and wipe and all that kind of stuff. And the buttons right here are fine. Again, I used this yesterday for doing practice presentations in my client's office to get used to what we're going to be doing in a trial coming up down the road here. But it worked very, very well. The computer did everything I needed it to do, and it did it flawlessly. And that's really what you expect from a computer, and it's really great when it follows through and gets the job done for you that way. So that's my secondary impression of this laptop at this time. Now, I purchased this laptop specifically for the purpose of the California bar exam, but the reason why I purchased such a higher level computer was I want this thing to be able to edit video on the back end of my using it for the bar exam in California. I also want to have enough headroom in the technology so I don't have to acquire a new laptop every time I go sit for the bar exam, because the California bar exam is rough and I might be failing it a few times. I'm going to try not to. I'm going to try to pass it the first time out, but you know, it is what it is. So with that, that'll wrap up this particular video. And until I catch you in the next initial impressions video about this particular computer, take care and be well.